Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of CampusCare EdTalks. EdTalks is a platform where educators and leaders come on board and express their viewpoints related to education and society. A topic for the day is open book exam, pros, cons, and challenges. And to present her views on the same, we have with us Miss Moulshree Jain, ma'am, principal of Vedant Preschool, Indore. A very warm welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mehak. Nice being here.
Welcome on board, ma'am. It's so great to have you here, ma'am. Thank you so much for
Same
taking
here.
out your
It's a
precious.
pleasure for me too.
So, ma'am, let's start off with the session now, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
So, ma'am, do you in general support the open book examination?
Yes, I do support the open book exam. The first and the foremost reason, Mehak, why I support is it is actually a positive mode to minimize the rote learning. Normally, what the children do these days that they are just mugging up things without understanding the actual concepts. So, open book, I feel that is a better method to judge the conceptual learning of the child, which is lacking so much in the children these days.
Yes, ma'am.
Then the child can focus on the application of concepts rather than memorizing, because he does not even know that what is he memorizing. He knows that this is my syllabus for the exam, hence I'm supposed to mug up these many pages. If you ask a question from in between of the chapter, the child will not be able to understand. So I feel that it's the best method to decrease rote learning, in fact vanish rote learning. But I feel that the questions that we ask in the open book should be application oriented with critical reasoning, so that the children cannot answer the questions directly. They have to use their mind, they have to use proper application with logical reasoning and then answer. By this, they would get a better understanding and clarity of the concept taught.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So, I do have a question related to your answer only. Do you think in teachers evaluate a student's performance based on the open book examinations only?
Yes, the evaluation can be done very easily by the open book exams. I don't know, teachers find it very difficult, but then it's very easy. Why? Because the evaluation can be done as the children will get a better understanding, or in fact, a complete understanding of each and every chapter. When I'm a child, I get a better understanding of the chapter. I would be able to answer the question logically with proper reasoning. What am I writing? I know that. But for that, the teacher should give application based questions, so that the children, they can answer it with proper reasoning, with proper creativity. They know what to write, and they know how they should write. The teachers, they should be given training on the evaluation process. That means when a teacher is making the paper, she should know how she should make the paper, so that when she's checking, she is able to evaluate, analyzing each and every question and thus give marks.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Moving forward, with the conventional mode of examination, students generally fear to study. But with open book exams, they can, look for answers and affect their memory thinking. So, do you think open book exams has more cons that pros, ma'am?
Yeah, Mac, I surely feel that open book, they have 100% more advantages. Looking at today's era where the children, they feel that I have to only rote learning, I have to obey to the rote learning system, and then I would be able to clear the examination, or I would be able to score well. But if I opt for the open book exam, the exam will never have direct questions. When the child will not have direct questions, he will eventually study a day prior or sometimes prior, because then he will understand that I have to at least know the topic. Supposingly the topic is evaporation, he will not just have that rote learning of what is evaporation. He will go into a complete understanding of what is evaporation, what is the process of evaporation, what are the various examples of evaporation. He might do it, he might go in for some practical exams also. And the best part is, when I go in for open book exams, the child will never have something called as answer keys. Normally, we see that in board exams, children are using answer keys, they are purchasing answer keys, and they are just learning those answers. So, what use is of that kind of education? It's of no use क्योंकि हम रट के ही सिर्फ पास हो रहे हैं. So, if I'm not using answer keys, I'm getting a better understanding. If I talk of law exams, even they have open book exams because they have vast syllabus. But then the children are not doing that a day prior only, they are opening the books. For that, for open books, I need to have a thorough study. And the last is that it will surely improve the analytical skills of the child and enhance the application based learning also. And the best part is the senior children who do not want to come to the school, they just want कि उनकी attendance they should be completed. अगर मेरे को 70% attendance है तो then I should meet that. By this, if I have the open book exam, I'm sure that the children would start coming regular to the school because each and every topic is going to be interconnected. If I have the open book exam, I need to study a topic properly. If I know a topic prior, then only I can link it with the next. Yes. If a child has a proper understanding of a subject or a concept, then only he would be able to perform. It would surely reduce the stress level of the child, and the better assessment would surely be given by the teachers, as by this, the child who has done the rote learning will not be able to give their maximum output, whereas the child who has a logical reasoning, who has a proper creativity, who can analyze the question logically, will obviously score well.
That was a really wonderful explained by you, ma'am. So moving forward, you must have conducted exams, open book exams in your school. So what are the challenges that you face, ma'am? Would you like to share?
To talk on it on a practical note, the first and foremost is when we take an open book exam, we feel that the time duration of 2 hours or for 3 hours is comparatively lesser because we have just moved to this new system of education. So I feel that we should increase the time duration. The training for the teachers and for the evaluators is very, very essential. The teachers are not trained and they are walking into the examination hall, not understanding how they have to go about the open book exam. They do not know how to prepare the question paper also. If I am having direct questions, then open book exam is of no use. So I would like to suggest that a proper training for the evaluators as well as for the teachers who are taking the children, who are making the children study, for them the training is very, very essential. At the same time, children should also be trained how to take the open book exam because they've just adopted to this system. In fact, all the schools have still not adopted. But the schools who have adopted to the system, I strongly recommend that they should go in for the open book exam. By this, the content knowledge will become stronger for the children, which is really lacking these days. But again, I repeat that the question paper has to be logical with a lot of creative ability so that a child is able to express himself and score well. There is a very small challenge, I would say, for the slow learners who are not able to be in pace. For that, I would say that if the time duration of the paper is increased, I think it would solve the problem.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So moving forward, to what extent do you think is learning affected by the open book examinations?
If I would say, if I talk of it generally, when I interact with children, I find that exam hi to hai, wo bhi open book. They have a very casual approach for it, right? They are not memorizing the basic concepts, which are very, very essential. Memorizing the basic concepts and having the rote learning of the entire chapter, these are very two different things. Basic concept is one thing which is very, very essential. For example, if I talk of math also, kuch formula aise hai which I really have to memorize. Otherwise, I will not be able to solve the question that is being given. But then the children, they are having a lot of casual approach, which actually the children need to understand, for which the teachers have to make them understand. But yes, if the teachers are properly trained, if the quality of teaching is nice, I think the learning would be positive. Indirect questions, if they are asked, then the children using their logical and analytical skills, I think they can answer better, giving a better clarity to their concepts of whatever they have in their mind. In fact, I would say that open book is like a Google which has all the information, but you need to use it well. If you do not use it well, if I'm using Google, I really do not know what to type so that I got to get the proper answer, then I would not be able to do justice with it. This stops rote learning, and I would be able to explore all the information. And plus, if I have a good IQ, I would be able to answer better.
Yes, ma'am. Well, really, training is really an important part here. So, moving forward, ma'am, should there be any limitations that you think there should be while conducting the OB exams?
Yeah, like I said, direct questions cannot be asked, because then there is no sense of taking an exam. If I am asking a direct question, what is condensation or what is evaporation, then the child is directly going to open the book and just going to write it down. So the questions, they have to be very tricky. They have to be indirect questions. Only then I would be able to differentiate between the children who have really been able to use their proper analytical skills and reasoning skills and are able to answer. But yes, for the smaller segment, that is for the smaller age group, this open book exam cannot be used because they are too small to understand the basic concept of open book. So I feel that since it has been a very short span that we have started moving to such kind of system, so it should be used for the senior children. When we find that, yes, we are able to do justice, our teachers are trained, our children are trained, our evaluators are trained, and we really know how to make the question paper, how to make the children solve the question paper. We've given adequate training for the children also. I would recommend that lots of revision tests should be done by the open book exam, so that they really come to know that how I am supposed to answer.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is what I feel, that no direct questions and cannot be used for the smaller age segment.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was a really wonderful session with you. I hope our viewers learned a lot about the open book examination. Thank you so much for taking out your precious time, ma'am.
Thank you, Meg. It was nice being here. Looking for something more the next
Thank you
time.
so much, ma'am. Thank you so much again. And for all the viewers watching us out, please subscribe to our channel for more stuff like this. Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.